Hey YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today I have another Vinyasa flow sequence for you that's going to be focused on the side body. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's start in a comfortable sitting position today. So you can sit with your legs crossed, hands on your knees. Sit up tall but relax your shoulders. And just start to take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose. Taking a moment to quiet down the mind. Taking a moment to bring our focus, our awareness, our attention to our breath. Allow the breathing to slow down a little bit more. And observe the sound of the breath. Notice if we can breathe in a way so that each inhale and exhale has this bit of an ocean sounding breath. We call this ujjayi breathing. As we continue to breathe in this way, observe and notice the sense of calmness, peacefulness that we bring into our body and mind when we breathe in this way. We'll try to maintain this quality of breath for our entire practice today, especially when things start to feel a little bit more difficult and more challenging. See if we can use this breath as a tool to bring calmness into all of those challenging moments. Let's start to open the eyes. Take an inhale and reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers, spin the palms up, and gaze towards your hands. Breathe here. Squeeze in your lower belly and press your palms a bit higher. Continue to breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, slowly release the hands and relax your arms by the sides. All right, let's take an inhale, stretch your right arm up, get it nice and long. Exhale, walk your left hand about 2-3 steps away from the body. Push down into the ground with your left hand, look up to the ceiling. Allow your right fingertips to start reaching to the left side of the room. And just getting into that right side part of the torso. Breathing here. Think about breathing into the rib cage on the right side of your body. Feeling the expansion there. All right, inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, relax your right hand down, changing sides. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. Reach a little higher through your left fingers. Exhale, walk the right hand 2 or 3 steps away from the body. Push down through the right hand, look up at the ceiling. And then stretch your left fingertips to the right side of the room and breathe. Feel that whole left side of the torso expanding, opening, and breathe into your left side rib cage. Okay, inhale, let's come back up to center. Exhale, relax the left hand down. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and walk the hands forward, coming onto hands and knees in this tabletop position. Wrists under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. Okay, take an inhale and start to let your belly button drop down towards the ground. Point your tailbone towards the ceiling. Let your chest face forward, gaze up. And then exhale, round the back. Suck in the tummy and look towards your belly button. Again, inhaling, arching the spine, gazing up. Exhaling, rounding the back, squeezing in the tummy. Gaze toward your tummy. One more time, inhaling, arch the spine, and look up. Exhaling, round the back, squeeze in the tummy. Gaze at your tummy. Okay, let's come back to a flat back and walk the hands forward one tiny step. Okay, open all 10 fingers wide, toes on the ground, and lift your knees off the mat, but keep the knees bent. Okay, so here, my hips are probably in line with the shoulders, so not too high with the hips just yet. Okay, now from here, take your right knee forward and try to reach the right elbow or the armpit. Hold it there. Step it back, change sides. Bring your left knee forward towards your left elbow or your armpit. Hold it. Step it back. Okay, send your hips back. Let's come to downward facing dog. Right, for the first downward facing dog, feel free to take any movement that feels good here. You can bend your knees one at a time, pedal out the feet. Maybe moving the hips side to side if that feels good. Rolling out the ankles, wiggling the toes, whatever you need to do here for that first down dog. Okay, start to find some stillness in the posture. Open all 10 fingers wide. Pressing both palms down into the front edge of your mat and then looking towards your legs, your feet, or your belly so that the back side of the neck is long. If the legs are tight, you might bend your knees a bit. No problem. Okay, on your next inhale, we're going to shift the body weight forward into plank pose. You might have to scooch your feet back a step or two and then have your shoulders on top of the wrist, squeeze in the belly, round your upper back slightly. And then exhale, send your hips back to downward facing dog. Again, inhaling, shifting forward. Come into your plank pose. Exhaling, shifting back to downward facing dog. Again, inhale, come forward to your plank, nice and slow. Exhale, shifting back, downward facing dog. Okay, one more inhale. Let's come forward to the plank and stay in your plank for 3 deep breaths. Squeeze in the tummy. 2 more breaths. Keep pushing down through your palms. And 1. Send the shoulders forward a little bit more and then bend your elbows. Come down halfway or all the way down. Flip the feet. Inhale. Peel the chest off the ground. Start to straighten your arms. Push your chest forward and up for an upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, squeeze in the tummy, curl the toes into the mat for downward facing dog. Send your hips back. Take a nice deep breath here. Okay, inhale, let's come forward again to plank pose. Shoulders forward a little bit more. Exhale, elbows bending nice and slow, Chaturanga. Flip the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Push into the hands, send your hips back. Okay, now on your next inhale, lift the heels, look forward, and then start to walk towards the front of your mat. Okay, feet together. Take an inhale, look forward, lift the chest halfway, and then as you exhale, fold the chest down into the legs. 2 more times like that. Inhale, look forward, take your halfway lift. And then exhale, fold down, chest into the legs. 1 more time. Inhale, look forward halfway. Exhale, fold down, chest into the legs. Next inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach the arms up, look towards your hands. Exhale, relax the arms by the sides. Again, inhale, we're going to take the arms up, look up, get nice and tall here. Exhaling, fold forward, bring your hands towards the ground. Inhale, look forward, take a halfway lift. And then exhale, walk your feet back to plank pose and bend the elbows for Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest to upward facing dog. And exhale, we're in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here, slow and steady breathing. Okay, let's lift the heels, look forward, and this time you can walk or jump lightly to the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward, a halfway lift. Exhale, folding chest into the legs. Next inhale, come to standing, reach your hands up, look up. Exhale, relax the arms by the sides. One more time, inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hands down. Inhale, look forward, take your halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands on the ground. You can walk or jump back. Elbows bending. Inhale, chest lifting, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Okay, go ahead and lift the heels, look forward, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward, take your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold, chest into the legs. Next inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, relax your arms by the sides. Okay, on the next inhale, we're gonna bend the knees, reach the hands up, and find your chair pose. Utkatasana, sit a little lower, reach up higher. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands towards the ground. Inhale, look forward, take your halfway lift. And then exhale, hands on the ground. Again, you can walk or jump back. Elbows bending. Inhale, chest lifting, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Okay, next inhale, stretch your right leg up and back towards the ceiling. Keep that leg straight and strong. And then lift your left heel. Now exhale, take your right knee forward towards your nose. Squeeze the belly, step your right foot up in between the hands. Now inhale, reach the arms up, coming into a high lunge position. So my back heel is lifted, my back thigh stays strong. Lower belly squeezing in, and I'm reaching up through my fingertips. Take another inhale. Now exhale into warrior two. So my left heel is gonna spin to the right. Open my arms out, and I look towards my right fingertips. Okay, so here, the outer edge of my left foot is pushing down. I sink the hips low. All right, now I'm gonna take my right forearm, place it on the right thigh, and then reach my left arm forward. Look up towards my left fingertips. So here, I wanna create a straight line from my left fingertips down to my left foot. And I want my chest to kind of spin to the side. Breathing here. Oh, hey there, it's my yoga dog. So here we're already starting to feel that stretch on the left side of the body getting really long through the side body. Okay, now start to reach your right hand down, place it on the inside of the foot. If it doesn't reach, you can also put a block under your right hand. Continue to feel that length through the whole left side body. For 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, inhale, we're coming back up into our warrior two. Exhale, bring your hands down at the front of the mat. Step your right foot back for plank. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Next, inhale, stretch your left leg up and back towards the ceiling. Again, keep this leg straight and strong. Now lift the right heel, and then exhale, bring your left knee towards your nose, and step the foot up in between the hands lightly. Okay, inhale, take your arms forward and up. Come back into that high lunge position. And again, take a moment just to find stability in this posture. So drawing in the belly, engaging the right thigh, and then inhale, reach a little higher through your fingers. Exhale, spin that right heel down. Open the arms out. Find your warrior two. Gaze at your left fingertips. Keep pushing down through the outer edge of your right foot. Sink the hips a little lower. Take a deep breath. Okay, let's put the left forearm on top of the left thigh. Reach your right arm forward overhead. Look towards your right fingertips. Side angle pose. Keep pushing down through your right foot, but reaching forward with your right fingers, and feel that whole right side body lengthening. And we're breathing. Okay, now go ahead and put your left hand down on the inside of the foot, either on the mat or on a block. This is up to you. And continue to feel that whole right side of your torso getting long. Take another inhale and exhale. Okay, next inhale, slowly come back up into your warrior two just for a moment. And then exhale, bring your hands down at the front of the mat. Step back into your plank, bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest to upward facing dog. And exhale, we're in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Okay, go ahead and lift the heels, look forward, and walk or jump to the front side of your mat. Inhale, look forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, chest into the legs. Next inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your arms up. Exhale, relax the arms by the sides. Okay, now from here, open the feet almost as wide as your yoga mat, so very wide. But keep the feet parallel, and then take the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, breathe into your chest. And then as you exhale, begin to fold forward, bringing your chest towards your legs, relaxing your neck, and stretching your hands forward away from your body. If the legs feel a bit tight, you can bend the knees a tiny bit, no problem. But keep reaching the hands forward and away from your body. Breathe. Okay, micro bend your knees. Take an inhale and slowly come all the way back up to standing. And then when you exhale, you can release the hands, relax your shoulders, and bring your feet together back at the center. Inhale, stretch your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hands down. Inhale, look forward, take a halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the ground, walk or jump back to your plank. Elbows bending, Chaturanga. Inhale, chest lifting for upward facing dog. And exhale, we're in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Okay, now from here, we're gonna lift that right leg up and back towards the ceiling again, but keep your right leg lifted. Bend the right knee and point your right knee at the ceiling so the hips are now facing the right side of the room. And then point your right toes, stretch it and reach it towards the left side of the room. Keep reaching the right toes to the left for 3, for 2, and 1. Lift your left heel, and then exhale, take your right knee forward towards your nose, and then step the foot up in between the hands. Okay, now inhale, reach the arms up, come into your high lunge position. Exhale, spin that back heel down, open out the arms, warrior two. And then from here, straighten the right leg. Turn the right toes in, and then fold forward. Bring your hands on the mat. Inhale, lift the head, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold the head down towards the ground, maybe walking the hands back another step or two. For our wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Try your best to straighten out the legs here. On the next inhale, lift the head, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward one step so that the hands are under your shoulders. Okay, now start to point your left toes to the left. Walk your hands towards the left foot and bend your left knee, and then point your right toes at the ceiling. So now my right foot is flexed. My hips are low, kind of in this half squat. We call this our ninja squat, Skandasana. Okay, and if the balance is feeling okay and it's not too intense, we can take the hands to the heart. If you do want to share some of the weight with your hands, then place the hands on the ground. Okay? Keep the chest lifted if you have the hands at the heart. And just focus on the stretch on the inner right thigh and the back side of the right leg. Okay, let's take the fingertips to the ground and then gently sit down. So you're going to sit back a little bit so that we're on the mat. Okay, now from here, my right hand is going to hold the outside of my left ankle. I'm going to take an inhale to stretch my left hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, allow that right shoulder to reach down towards the right knee. And the left hand maybe hold on to the outside of the right foot. Continue to spin the chest up towards the ceiling. So I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm looking up. Feel that left side of the torso getting really long here. For 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, inhale, come back up with your torso. And exhale, bring your hands on the ground in front of you. Shift your weight into your hands so that you can lift your hips. And then walk your hands back to the front of the mat. The back heel will lift. And then we'll step the right foot back for plank, elbows bending, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Okay, on the next inhale, stretch your left leg up and back behind you. Keep that leg lifted. Exhale, bend your left knee. Point your left knee to the ceiling and reach your left toes towards the right side of the room. Breathe. Now lift the right heel. Exhale, bring your left knee forward towards the nose and step the left foot up in between your hands gently. Inhale, we're gonna rise up for a high lunge position, arms reaching up. And then exhale, spin that back heel down, open out your arms side to side. Warrior 2. Sink the hips low. Okay, now straighten out the left leg and turn your left toes in so the feet are parallel. Okay, now exhale, fold forward. This time we're gonna catch the big toes with the first 3 fingers. Take an inhale to lift the head for a moment, and then exhale, bend the elbows and fold down. Breathe here for a few deep breaths. Okay, next inhale, lift the head and lengthen your spine. And then exhale, release your big toes. Put your hands on the mat. Point your right toes towards the back of the mat, bend your right knee. Shift the weight in towards the right side of your legs. And my left toes point up. Okay, if I don't need my hands on the ground anymore, I'm gonna bring my hands to my heart for Skandasana, that ninja squat. Okay, again, I'm focusing on the sensations on my inner left thigh and the back side of my left leg. And I'm breathing here. All right, let's go ahead and take the fingertips to the ground and very gently just sit back a bit so that we're all the way down on the mat. My left hand holds my right ankle and I inhale to reach my right hand to the ceiling. And then I exhale, lean your left shoulder down towards the left knee and the right hand reaches for the outside of the left foot. If I can't reach the foot, that's okay. I'm just gonna keep reaching in that direction anyway. And start to spin the chest up towards the ceiling, look up at the ceiling. Breathe into the right side of your body, right side torso. right, next inhale, slowly coming back up. And then exhale, I'm gonna take my hands on the ground in front of me, shift the weight forward so my hips come off the ground, and then walk your hands back to the front of your mat. Send your left leg back for plank, elbows bending to Chaturanga. Inhale, we lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, we're back in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Okay, now we're gonna get ready to sit down. So lift the heels, look forward, and then walk or jump, cross your ankles, and have a seat. All right, now from here, we're gonna open the legs so that both legs are at about a 90-degree angle, okay? Keep the thighs engaged and the feet flexed, okay? Now take the fingers out in front of you, draw in the belly. Inhale, lift the chest. Now as you exhale, start to crawl the hands forward, as far forward as you wish, but keep the legs engaged, feet flexed. All right, after a couple breaths, if you wish, you can take the hands forward a little bit more, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. But again, keep the legs engaged, keep the legs working, feet flexed, almost like we're kind of pushing the heel out. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. 2. And 1. Okay, inhale, lift the head. Start to walk your hands back and towards you. Okay, and then exhale, we're gonna scoop the knees, bring it in towards our chest, and give the legs a nice hug. Relax your head down. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Okay, and then go ahead and lift the head. Good. Okay, from here, we're just gonna take another side body stretch. So I'm gonna sit to face you all. Okay, we'll start with our left leg straight, okay? And then right knee bending, so my right knee points out. I'm gonna open out my left leg to the left, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna take my left hand and hold the outside of my right thigh. Okay, make sure you get a good grip there. I'm gonna reach my right arm up. Take an inhale. When I'm inhaling here, I should already start to feel that whole right side of the torso getting long. And now as I exhale, I'm gonna lean my left shoulder down towards the leg. Maybe I hold on to my left foot with my right hand, and I'm gonna spin the chest up towards the ceiling. Keep spinning and look up as well. Okay, breathing. Okay, so the wider that I have my thighs apart, the more intense I'm gonna feel this lengthening on that right side of the torso. All right, take an inhale, slowly coming up. Exhale, relax the right arm. Change leg. So I'm gonna bend my left knee, extend the right leg out. Okay, now my right hand is gonna start reaching and holding the outside of my left leg. Hold on tight, inhale, left arm up. Get really long here. And then exhale, start to lean your right shoulder down towards the right leg, and then reach your left hand over towards the right foot. Spin the chest up towards the ceiling and breathe. Feel that whole left side torso getting long. Staying here. Okay, next inhale, slowly coming back up. Exhale, relax the arm. Okay, so that was a pretty deep, intense stretch. Okay, let's bring that right knee in. Okay, feet together, knees apart. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, start to fold the upper body forward and down, as far down as you wish. Okay, this one we won't stay for too long, just a few breaths. Okay, next inhale, lift the torso up. Exhale, bring your knees together. Give your legs a down. Okay, so now we're actually gonna work into our compass pose. Okay, so we'll begin with bending the right knee like we did earlier, okay? And then we're gonna take this left leg, okay? Bring it in towards the chest. My right elbow is gonna kind of hook around the foot. My left elbow is gonna hook around the knee, and I'm hugging this shin and the calf in towards my chest. Keep the chest lifted. So almost like I'm holding a little baby, and you have the option if you want to kind of move that leg side to side a bit. Okay, bring that leg back to center. Okay, now from here, okay, I'm gonna lift this foot, taking my left hand under my left knee. I wanna bring my hand out towards the side, okay, and place my hand down. Now my right hand, I wanna make sure that I'm actually holding the outer edge of the foot. So my palm is kind of on the top of the foot, and the fingers wrap around the outer edge of the foot. Okay, now from here, my right arm and my left leg kind of create this little window. So I wanna think about kicking my left foot out to the side while my head kind of peeks through this window. So I'm gonna kick and peek through and then look up at the ceiling. So I'm gonna continue to kick with my left leg, and that'll help to extend the leg. I'm gonna keep looking up towards the ceiling, and my left hand will keep pushing down into the ground. That's part of my foundation in this pose. Okay, so this is what we call the compass pose. Okay, now I'm gonna bend my right elbow, left knee slightly, take my head back out, and then take my left hand back out. Okay, and then place the left knee down, and we're gonna change sides. I'm gonna bring my right shin into my chest. Okay, use my elbows to hug around both sides of the leg, and pull the shin in, lift the chest like a little baby. And then maybe moving it side to side a bit. Okay, I'm gonna bring this leg forward again. All right, now my right hand, okay, goes under my right knee, and I wanna place my hand out towards the side. Okay, now my left hand, again, I'm gonna hold the outer edge of the foot, get a good grip. Now I'm gonna think about kicking my right leg out and poking my head in through this window. So my right foot is kicking and my head is poking through the window, and then I start to look up at the ceiling. So here my right hand keeps pushing down into the mat, and I keep thinking about looking up towards the ceiling. Breathing here, and I keep kicking with that right leg. Take one more inhale. All right, exhale, bend the right knee, bend the left elbow, and then pull the head out. And release. Okay, so that can be quite intense on the legs and the arms and the shoulders and the side body. So just take a moment to relax, breathe. Okay, now we're gonna add to this. So we're gonna come into a squatting position. Okay, so my feet are on the ground. Okay, my hips are a bit lifted, but I'm actually gonna have my feet really wide. Okay, a little bit wider than my hips. Okay, now here, I'm gonna keep my right leg exactly as it is, so my right knee stays bent. Okay, this part stays the same. Now from here, I'm gonna take my left hand behind my left foot, my left shoulder, I'm gonna tuck under my left knee. So notice how I lift my hips so that I can kind of bring the shoulder under the knee. Okay, my left hand is gonna press down into the ground. I shift my weight in towards my left hand. Now here, my right hand is gonna hold the outside of my left foot. Okay, so my right foot pushes down, my left hand pushes down, and I'm gonna kick my left leg straight. Okay, keep the hips lifted. I kick the left leg and look up. Okay, and then from here, rebend that left knee. Right hand releases, and I come back into this very wide squat, getting ready to change sides. Okay, so now my left foot stays grounded, and then I tuck my right shoulder under my right knee. Okay. Push down with the right hand, push down with the left foot, and then now my left hand is gonna hold the outside of my right foot. Now start to kick with the right leg, hips lifted, whoop, and looking up, and breathe. Okay, rebend your right knee, place the foot down. We're back in the squat. You can heel toe your feet a bit together, lower the hips, hands at the heart. Take a breath. Okay, now we're gonna add to this, okay? So we took the compass pose, right? That's when we were seated with the leg extended. Okay, and then we took this more difficult variation with one leg in a squat, one leg extended. Okay, so the next one that we're gonna do is going to be both legs straight. So it's almost gonna feel like you're doing a split while trying to balance on one of your arms, okay? A little bit tricky, but I'll show you how I'm gonna get into this pose. So I actually start from a downward facing dog. Okay, so this pose we call Vishvamitrasana, the one we're about to do. Okay, from here I'm gonna lift both heels, lift the right leg, and then send the right knee towards your right armpit, and then step your right foot in front of your right hand. Okay, I'm gonna spin the back foot flat, and then from here, I'm gonna think about tucking my right shoulder under my right leg, under my right knee. So I might heel toe my right foot to the left a bit so that I can really get the shoulder to stay under the knee. My right hand pushes down, and my right foot lifts a bit. Okay, as it's lifting, my left hand catches the outside of the right foot. I'm gonna extend the right leg, kick it forward, lift the hips, and both legs stay straight. Keep lifting the hips and kick your right foot forward. Okay, to release, I bend that right knee, look down, hand on the mat, right foot steps back to downward facing dog. Okay, take a break if you need to. That can be pretty intense, right? On the arm and shoulder that's pushing into the ground. Okay, so take a break and then we'll change sides. Okay, back into downward facing dog. Lift your heels, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Okay, take your left knee towards your left armpit and then step your left foot in front of your left hand. Spin your right foot flat. Now start to tuck the left shoulder under the left knee. Okay, press down into the left hand. Left foot's gonna lift, and my right hand's gonna catch the outer edge of the left foot. Start to kick your left foot straight. Keep the hips lifted. Kick the left leg straight, hips lifted, both legs straight. Pushing down with my left hand, and breathing. Whoops. Okay, release, and come back to downward facing dog. Okay, both knees on the ground. Sit on the heels. Stretch your arms forward, forehead down for a child's pose. Allow your shoulders to relax completely. Arms relax as well. Okay, gently lift your head and come all the way up to seated. Okay, so the last few postures that we just did, are pretty intense stretches and openings for the backside of the legs. So now we're just gonna do a few locust poses to help do the opposite and strengthen the backside of the legs, our hamstrings. Okay, so when you're ready, go ahead and just come all the way down, okay, with your belly on the ground, feet together, arms next to you by your side. Lift the chest, lift the head, and then lift your legs. Keep squeezing your feet together. Lift your legs higher. Lift your arms. Keep the legs where they are and take the hands next to you, palms facing down, and then lift the chest more. Keep the legs where they are and stretch your arms forward. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your palms next to your ribs on the mat, back of the feet on the ground, and then inhale, peel the chest up for upward facing dog. And then exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, lift the heels, look forward, walk or hop across the legs, have a seat, and lie all the way down onto the mat. Just a little bit more work for strengthening our hamstrings, okay? A few bridge movements. We're gonna have the feet hips distance apart, knees stay bent, palms on the ground. Inhale, lift your hips up. Really think about pushing the hips into the ceiling. And then exhale, lower your hips, but don't let it touch the mat. Inhale, lift the hips again back up. Exhale, slowly lower, don't touch the mat. Again, inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, lower down. One more, inhale, lift up. Now stay here. Bring the hands underneath you, interlace the fingers, and then tuck the shoulders into the center of the mat. Keep pushing down through your feet, lifting up through your hips. 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, lower the back onto the mat, and hug your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side if that feels good for you. Okay, from here, drop both your knees to the left and then open your right arm to the right for a nice gentle twist. Slowing the breath down, winding it down. Okay, come back to center, changing sides, knees dropping to the right, left arm opening to the left. Gaze to the left and breathe, or close your eyes. Okay, come back to center. Okay, now from here, bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Okay, and then with your left hand, hold your left ankle, and then drop both your knees down onto the mat. So I'm still holding onto my left ankle, kind of pulling that foot up towards my hip. And I'm using my right foot to anchor down my left thigh. Now I'm gonna stretch my arms overhead and take a nice deep breath here. Okay, bring your arms back by your sides, lift the knees, uncross the legs, change sides. I'm gonna bring my left ankle on top of the right thigh. My right hand holds onto my right ankle or foot. Okay, I'm gonna pull the foot in towards my hip and drop both knees down onto the mat. Okay, I keep pulling that heel in towards my foot. I use my left foot to anchor down my right thigh, and then inhale, reach your arms overhead. Stay here. Next exhale, bring your hands back by your sides. Lift the knees, uncross the legs, and hug your knees into your chest. Squeeze every muscle in your body and curl into a tiny ball until your forehead is towards your knees. And squeeze every muscle in your body, your fingers and your toes, arms and legs, face muscles, belly muscles, butt muscles, and take a big inhale. Exhale, release and relax. Come into your Shavasana, final resting pose. Whole body relaxed. Allow your eyes to close. Returning to your most natural way of breathing. Start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And turn your head gently side to side. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, bend your knees. Roll to the right side of the body. And then slowly press yourself up into a comfortable sitting position of your choice. Okay, sitting comfortably, we'll end our class by taking 3 deep breaths together. All right, let's take an inhale. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, relax your arms down. Again, inhaling to reach up. Exhaling, release. One more inhale, sweep the arms up. Let your palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes, bow your head. And just take a moment to observe the sensations in your body. Take a moment to observe this feeling of peace, calmness that you've created through your own practice today. And just remind yourself that anytime you need this bit of calmness and peaceful feeling, that you always have this tool, the breath, anytime you need it. In our yoga practice, we learn to use our breath as a tool to bring the calmness into the difficult moments of our lives, whether it's on or off the mat. So remember that you always have this with you. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.